Well, first of all, the priority for me was making sure that families who were worried about this winter had a guarantee that their bills would not go up beyond £2,500. That was very important. People were worried about struggling through the winter. Businesses were worried about going under. So I was determined that we took bold action to deal with that. That will cost money. That will cost money.
It costs the taxpayer money, won't it?
It will cost the government money. But what we are doing is righting the difficulties we had in the past by making sure that we're investing in our long-term energy supply, because we should have invested in it 20 years ago.
And
we
didn't.
Are
doing a long-term.
And this is why nuclear is important. It's why it's important we're using resources in the North Sea. It's why it's important we're entering into long-term supply agreements that we should have done before.
And
but what I wouldn't allow is for the burden to fall on people and businesses at this very difficult time.
But Prime Minister, just to be clear, and it ideologically could be a valid point, ultimately you would rather the taxpayer will have to foot this bill ultimately, not business. That's correct, isn't it?
I think it's worth saying, though, and the chance...
Can you just acknowledge that ultimately we do pay in the end?
Well, what the Chancellor will be outlining on Friday is exactly how this will be paid for. But I think it's important to say that the impact of the announcement we've already made will be reducing inflation. So it's likely to reduce inflation by 5 points.
Yes.
It's likely to increase economic growth. And we're also entering long-term supply agreements to mitigate the cost. So the cost to the taxpayer is not what has been projected.